You guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.
Previously on SV Full Send, we finally leave the waters around Martinique and run into our first hairy weather of the voyage.
What do you know? It's raining again. So sitting here, we're in Dominica,
Prince Rupert's Bay.
Prince Rupert's Bay. This Rupert doesn't have a potato in his mouth.
Yeah.
We were supposed to leave a little bit earlier, but we got drunk last night, celebrating. Every day we're doing something new, so it's an excuse to celebrate. We gotta rethread the main furler line because the outhaul's so stuck. We need to lube that up.
Yeah.
That we took out the furling line. We didn't think, or we thought we understood how it worked, but we don't.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta put soap, water it up so that we can move it back and forth without it being so stuck due to the fact that it's got all that salt in it.
But aiming for Guadalupe today, so some more big swells and stuff. Should be interesting.
Yep. More strong.
Alrighty. Passage now to Guadalupe. Weather's a lot better today than it was yesterday. In this inner island, Atlantic swells, I don't know, maybe a meter, I think. I'm really bad at estimating that. But you can see the islands we're heading to right now. Just overall better experience today. I think we're gonna try to get into a marina tonight. Recharge some batteries and stuff. Get on some Wi-Fi, edit some videos, take care of some bucket list business. But yeah, enjoying this a lot better. Cruising life.
There's our first whale! Holy moly! There it is.
Thanks, Gary.
Right on.
Thanks, Pop.
No, we passed.
Pass? Dude, that was so cool.
Yeah. I was just thinking, I was like, when am I going to see a whale?
Yeah. And we saw it.
We saw a whale. All the animals love us. Dolphins,
Yeah.
flying fish.
Come on.
Right now, like, it's insane. You basically had to give up all the economics to the biggest radio station in the world. Like everybody can reach.
So here we are. We're about to get to Deshaies or Deshaies or whatever it is.
What island?
Guadalupe. We were cruising really early between the islands. We were going 21 knots, or no, not 21 knots. We were going 7 to 8 knots. Average about 7 knots over 3-4 hours. Then we got to the island, dropped off. We're only going about 3 knots. Then we picked up again, and then we hit a storm.
No, we didn't hit a storm. We watched it come in.
Oh,
It didn't do anything.
That storm, oh, don't worry about that storm. Oh, not a big deal. Next thing you know, we're healing at 30 degrees. Oh, we got to bring everything in. We did that. Now we're about maybe like 2 nautical miles from where we got to go tonight. But there's been a lot of firsts. We saw a whale. We'll argue about that later, who saw it first.
I saw it first.
I think it was me. We actually did our first port tack today as well. Trying to figure stuff out. But it was a lot easier day than it was yesterday, going through like 3 different squalls. But here we are. We're about to make landfall. We'll actually legally go into this country. So ravioli might not be on the plate for dinner tonight. We might have a burger or whatever we can find.
We're gonna dine like rich people.
Yeah, dine like rich people.
Like real Yahtsees.
Yeah, real Yahtsees. We've done really well. We did 40 nautical miles the first night, 60 the second day, and we're about to do 60 this day. So We're picking it up pretty quick on the fly.
Well, these skippers say that this is a hard
Oh, it's
job.
so hard. Oh yeah. Oh. Put this thing up, put that thing up, move this line, move this rope, move that rope, do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that. Easy peasy. What do you gotta say?
Maybe some of you in internet land can help us determine what these guys are. We figured out how to take the main out, but there's all these lines that are tied, and I just don't know what they go to. The green one we got. I think the topping lift is the yellow, but this guy, maybe the halyard. I don't know what you do with the halyard when it's a furling. What? I guess maybe to get you to the top. I'm not gonna accidental jive, am I? Oh shit, yeah, probably should not be up right now.
You know what else I forgot? We had our first accidental jive today.
Oh, we did.
We did. It was very controlled. Wasn't too bad, but it was like, oh, that's another first. We didn't fall in the water, so we were good. We were happy.
So the heat alarm went off, which is down here, I think. Should probably look at the manual and actually.
Yeah, it was down here on the right.
So open up all the hatches so that way we can get some cool air going down. It's not going to rain anytime soon, but it's not pumping enough seawater through, especially at high RPMs. So we're just going to keep it a little bit lower. Normally we've been under 1,000 and we've been all right, and just kind of move in at like 2 knots. So we thought we were about to come into this port here, but it turns out that our heat exchanger fixture did not actually fix. No, the engine's overheating, the alarm's going off. We just keep kind of trying to turn it off. We put the mainsail up, even though the wind's coming from behind, just maybe give us a little bit more oomph. Yeah, we're gonna slowly limp into port, and then figure out if we try to seek out somebody tomorrow to be able to look at it. Kind of want to keep going. We're using the sails for everything except when there's a lull in wind, usually when we're by the islands or coming into anchor and stuff. So do we really need to? But that's just one more system that we'll have down. Plus the bilge has a crap load of water inside of it. Lots of issues, not a lot of solutions, but we're gonna keep going.
It's pretty much trying to make the best of a worst situation. Do we keep going? We're in another French-speaking country where if we have someone working on it, we probably won't know what they're saying. Do we try and limp on to, you know, Nevis or St. Bartholomew's or St. Kitts or whatever it is? You know, hopefully we'll be able to make do until we can get someone that there's not a language barrier and we can understand exactly what the issue is, so we can better troubleshoot why we're getting all these alarms, why things are not working. And hopefully we didn't waste 450 euros to fix the heat exchanger when it's something else.
We were able to anchor and head onto shore for a burger that night. In the morning, we headed out of the bay, aiming to hit either Montserrat or Nevis before sunset. But we ran into another snag. We forgot to open the seacock for the raw water system. Again. After confirming the impeller was still intact, we turned the engine back on, but still had no water pumping through the system. Not wanting to take any more risk, we decided that it was best to head back to Deshaies and find a mechanic to help troubleshoot with us.
I think we blew the impeller at this point in time, so we're trying. Kruger's down here. I'll show you him in a second. He's down there trying to put in a new impeller and see if we can get this thing running in somewhat good order so that we can continue to sail. So here's Kruger.
Not good.
Not good at all. So right now we were just drifting with the seas. Just trying to make sure, check every once in a while, make sure no boats are around.
Well, we're here in Guadalupe, trying to make the best of our situation. A couple beers, calm the nerves after the engine stopped working. We got some idea. Well, shit, the market's closed.
Are they closed for lunch or something?
That's Spar.
Is that it?
Yeah, let's go down this way.
Trying to figure out what
So-
we need to do to the vehicle.
Yeah, that, and there apparently aren't any mechanics in Deshaies. I think that's how you say it, Deshaies.
Yeah.
It sounds French to me.
Deshaies.
So, small little town. can tell, there is no speed limit by that passing car.
And this one.
All right. The biggest part is we just want to be able to know what's going on with our engine. And this whole language barrier thing is really causing us a problem.
That was the cop that told us no.
It's going to the guy who just screamed. Bonjour.
These guys?
Looks good.
Looks a little bit more fatty than.
Alright, so those handles off, the survey said that this was going to be off. That's not threaded properly. So the C-cock, it's attached to the sail drive, which apparently isn't normal. I don't know what that means. It's not normal. It should be separate is what it means, but I don't know what that means internally for the systems. Alright, now it's open. I know.
So there's two things that we're trying to check. It's the impeller, because we think that we might have burned through the second one that we put through. And then we're trying to do the exhaust L hose, make sure that there's no gunk in there. And then if we don't get that, we might have to take this completely off and try and see if some of the impeller wings or flaps or whatever it was that came off, that burned off, aren't in here causing a problem.
Yep. Which is probably quite a bit, because we only picked up about maybe a sixth or a fifth of what should have been in there.
Yeah.
And the sponge is still down here, so.
Yeah. So, yeah, we gotta stop leaving stuff like that down here.
Should have another drink. This is the Caribbean. Where it just pisses down, rain all the time. For 5-10 minutes straight, and then you have to close all the hatches after getting a nice breeze. I was just trying to do man work, you know, and how we got with that. We just checked the seawater pump, the impeller. It's good, we didn't burn it out. It's just not sucking up.
It's just not. All the fins were still there, so we should be good. It's just a matter of checking all the other tubes. We got to check the engine L exhaust. What is it? The
Engine exhaust.
The engine exhaust L shape.
How many times have you worked on a diesel engine before?
This is the first.
Yep.
So learning a lot. I have a feeling by the end of this venture, or at least in the next 6 months, year, we'll both be diesel mechanics and know the ins and outs of all the tubes, the belts, the oil, everything. Right now we know nothing.
We're trying to keep expenses down so we don't really burn it out, but
well, that and there's not any mechanics around this part of Guadalupe.
We tried to, and they're just not answering us. We even use Google Translate, damn it.
We try and text them in French and they still don't respond.
We're planning to go to shore. It's about the 5th time that I've gotten into the dinghy and we've locked everything up and I forgot the kill switch. I'll keep bailing out water as it comes in.
Easy does. Are you good?
Yeah, good to go. Bye-bye, full sends. Woo! Watch Alan struggle with his knots.
Yeah, I gotta look at that a little more, but it looks pretty sturdy to me. A couple of
tie knot, tie
lines or something. I don't know.
So we're here at this beach bar again. It's really nice. Having some more beers. Just sent in our Coast Guard registration, trying to figure out about our sail drive system and the intake. And when I swam under there last night, this was just kind of flopping around. That's not a good thing, I don't think. That's supposed to keep the water out. It's a double seal system is what we're learning. So I got to figure out what to do with that, if I can just shove it back up in there or what. But yeah.
We tried to contact more mechanics on the island to no avail, and no forums online provided any solutions. Our good friend Carrie, who had been helping us remotely from New York, suggested that we try to bypass the sea strainer completely. And wouldn't you know it, it worked.
Took a bubble out or something? It's going fine.
Yeah.
This is what we've been trying to do, and it's been doing this glup, glup, glup.
Woo! Yeah, dude, it's coming out good.
Now, we are still straight line seacock to impeller, or seacock to impeller, so we've got to go back to the sea strainer, prime it, and then see if it works with the sea strainer.
That way we've got the added protection.
That way, right. If it was the issue with the impeller or whatever was inside of the exchanger, yeah, I don't know, maybe something was suction to it.
Maybe, because the water's flowing out good.
Yeah.
Good and steady now.
Bypassing the sea strainer isn't ideal because any little bit of seaweed or jellyfish that gets sucked into the engine could do a lot of damage. But we wanted to keep moving north with our goal to get up to the States to begin major repairs. We didn't leave the next morning because we had our first guest fly down to join us for a few weeks.
Yeah. Look who we cat drug in.
First visitor.
Wow, alright. So a plus.
This is all dip. This is all dip.
This is all dip. First guest.
Yep.
Full send.
First guest here. Welcome, Amanda, to the
Thank
humble
you.
abode.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. I get the rest of this shit down here. If you just want to spread around the saloon, that's fine.
Bad time, but such is life.
Kind of tastes watery like soup. We get more, I think.
No, it's
No, we're not gonna get any more. The kitchen's closed.
like when I came back, there was no noodles. All it was pieces of shrimp.
Noodles.
Protein.
Noodles. Noodles.
There was no noodles. There was 3 pieces of shrimp and 2 pieces of beef. And I
Yeah,
was like,
protein.
4 pieces of shrimp.
the way I look at it is such is life. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't. That's the way she goes.
Wait, Alan.
If you like this video and want to see more, subscribe to our YouTube channel and help support us on Patreon.
You guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.